All right, 5-4, it's the last of our Chapter 5 notes. So let's put it all together. So we're going to graph the line. We have a slope of 2, which I'm going to go ahead and change to 2 over 1. B of negative 8. So I'm going to start at negative 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that small grid is not good for older eyes. I won't say old eyes. Rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. I'm going to stop real quick. What would have happened if it had been, if I didn't have any room to rise 2, rise 1? What if I were supposed to go this direction and didn't have any? Just automatically go its opposites. Okay, so if I couldn't have rows 2 ran 1, then I should have gone down 2 and the left 1. Which I know we've looked at, extending it the other direction, but I've seen where graphs have started on an edge like this one, and kids couldn't go the direction the slope naturally told them to, and so they said, "Ooh, I can't graph it," but we can. You just have to go the other direction. Sorry, apparently I can't talk and draw a straight line. All right, so there's our first one. Graph number 2, negative 9 is our B, negative 5/2 is our slope. It's already in fraction form. That's good. All right, negative 9. Here's an example. I can't go down 5 and over 2. Don't have enough graph for that. So originally I was going to go down 5 and to the right 2. So the opposite is to go up 5 and to the left 2. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the left 1, 2. Alright, so let's connect those points. Alright, still a negative slope, went down. Alright. Alright, answer the following. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points negative 18, 2 and 6, negative 14? So I have these 2 points, negative 18, 2. Sorry, I know it's hard to read when I write like that. So to find my slope, I'm going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So my y2 was negative 14 minus my y1, which is 2. x2 is 6 minus my x1, negative 18. Negative 14 minus 2 is negative 16. Add a line, change the sign there for 24. Alright, so from here I need to go ahead and simplify that fraction. So I need to think what can go into both of those, and 8 can go into both. So 16 divided by 16 divided by 8 is 2. And 24 divided by 8 is 3. So my slope is negative 2/3. We still want it in its simplest form. Alright, this next one I really think is a little tricky. So I'm going to kind of take it slow on explaining this one. The pair of points 6y, so don't know what it is, and 10, negative 1 lie on the line with a slope of 1/4. So what is the value of y? So I'm going to start with those 2 points. So 6, comma y, and 10, negative 1. Okay? And I know that my formula is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 will give me my slope. Okay? So, and I already have my slope, but I'm going to use that to figure out what that y is. So x, y, x, y. This is my first point, my second point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. I have y2, which is negative 1, minus my y. And I'm going to keep it as a y, because I don't know what it is. So I have to keep it as a y. x2 is 10. x1 is 6. And these together are going to equal 1/4. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and work out what I can on this left. So negative 1 minus y I can't do anything with, but I can do 10 minus 6 is 4. Now I want to make sure my y looks like a y, because my y's tend to look like 4s sometimes. Okay, so this is where we're at. Alright, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. Because what that's going to do is that's going to get rid of this fraction here. These are going to cancel, leaving me with negative 1 minus y equals 4 over 4, which is 1. Okay, add a line, change of sign. So now I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So negative y equals 2. So y equals negative 2. Okay, so kind of to recap that, because I know we haven't looked at one like this. I'm going to use the index card. So I started off with my 2 points, labeled x, y, x, x, y. And I used my formula and plugged it in, but I kept it as a y. And I know that this is going to give me my slope, and I know 1/4 is my slope. Okay? So from there, I said I need to solve for y. So I went ahead and did this 10 minus 6 and got 4 on the bottom. Multiplied both sides by 4. That got rid of the 4's on the bottom, because I don't want to deal with fractions. Leaving with just negative 1 minus y, negative 1 minus y, and 1 times 4 and 4 times 1 is just 1. It'll be 4 over 4, which is 1. Then I'm going to add 1 to both sides. Leaves me negative y equals 2. And I don't want a negative y, so multiply both sides by negative 1, or just flip the sign of both sides to get y equals negative 2. Alright. If you don't understand that or need a better explanation or need it re-explained, the good news is you can rewind the video and watch it several times, but you can also send me questions. Also, if you need to do a Zoom, you can do a Zoom with me. That's fine. Just let me know. Alright, let's look at number 3. Graph the line that goes through the point negative 3, 2. So, negative 3, 2. And has a slope of 2/3. So I'm going to go down 2 over 3. Doesn't matter what point I start with, I'm always going to be able to use my slope to get the rest of the points. Work a little backwards up here just to give myself a full graph. I know some of y'all aren't going to want that to do that because you want to take the short way, but I encourage you to fill up the graph. Alright, there's my line. So my equation is y equals, well, my slope was 2/3, and then x, plus, went through the origin, so it'd be plus 0, or I can just keep it as 2/3 x. Alright, let's look at another one. Graph the line that goes to the points 3, negative 8. Sorry, there it is. And negative 6, 4. Alright, so there's my 2 points. Sorry, that side's getting kind of worn out. It's only bad part about using an index card. Alright, so there's my point. Alright, so my slope is my, so I'm going to do, I could just do rise over run if I want to, so let's look at it. Rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So negative 12 over my run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that can be simplified to negative 4/3. Got that by dividing both by 3. So y equals negative 4/3 x plus where it crosses 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 4. So another thing is, what if I can't tell where it's crossing on this y-axis? What if it's in between or something, or is a half? How am I be able to tell that? Well, I do have points here. And so what I can do is I can take that y equals negative 4/3 x plus b, because remember I'm saying maybe I don't know what the b equals. And I can plug this point in. So this is an x value and this is a y value. So I'm going to plug in that y value, plug in this x value. So all I've done is plug in the x and y into the part of the equation I know about, and I can solve from there. So this is negative 8, negative 4/3 times 3. The 3's would cancel, they made negative 4, plus b. Add 4 to both sides, negative 4 equals b. Now, we saw it easily from the graph this time, but if I couldn't, I could have solved for my b also to kind of see where that would work it out that way also. All right, let's flip to the back. Find the missing information. So, I have a slope of negative 2. I don't know my y-intercept. I don't know the equation, and I want to name 2 points. So, I'm going to start with that point I have, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to find the slope, so I'm going to change it to negative 2 over 1. So I have a rise and a run. All right, connect those points. Okay, so there's my graph. So I can see my y-intercept. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I can get the equation, negative 2x plus 8. And it just says, name 2 points, so I can choose any other point I want to. So I'm going to do 3, 2. You could have chosen any other point there. I don't care which one you choose. Alright, so let's look at the next one. Missing information. So I only have an equation this time. So I know my slope is 1.5, but I don't like it in that form. So that's 1, and 0.5 is a half, or 5/10. So 2 times 1 plus 1. So I'm going to get 3/2 is my slope. My y-intercept, there's nothing there, so it's going to be a 0. So I'm going to start at 0. I'm going to rise 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The other way. 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. And yes, it does help me to say it out loud. We so easily make mistakes or get something wrong because we rush or we don't do silly things like say it out loud. I know y'all make fun of me for stuff like that. It's okay. Pick any 2 points you want. So I'm going to choose 2, 3. And I'll choose 4, 6. I believe it's 4, 6. Let me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, you could have chosen any 2 points you wanted to. All right, that's 5.4. If you have any questions, as always, send me an email, ask questions. If you need to do a Zoom, let me know. It would have to be after school. Probably around 3, I can do a Zoom with you. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, y'all have a blessed day.